Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. It is 6:53 p.m. and we had a hell of a weekend. Okay, so I've unenrolled from University of Phoenix. They have a very low retention rate, 27% graduation. That's pretty low. They have that's good. That's high. 40% come back after the first year. But the graduation is the goal, right? That would be the goal, don't you think? Um, Graduation rate is 27%. That's not real impressive. And the retention rate, I guess it's 27%. So I just unenrolled from University of Phoenix and was like, I'm done with you guys. Okay, so if everybody remembers, in June we had a massive storm in Tulsa. It knocked out all electricity all over town. I had no electricity for a week. There were 3 quick trips open in the whole town. So there was a rush on those gas stations. I had to wait 30 minutes to get gas. I was door dashing at the time. You need gas to DoorDash. I got to eat, whether I have electricity or not. I'm in school. Just so happened at that time I'm in crisis management and mental health, whatever. It's the class that you take to get certified in crisis intervention. So I was certified, by the way, in crisis intervention. And so um, during that class, you got to charge up your phones, your computers and all that. Well, if you don't have electricity, you can't. On top of that, I'm trying to DoorDash as much as I can with 3 gas stations open, waiting half an hour. Those 3 gas stations were completely out of gas within a day or two, I think. Then as the week moved along, a few more opened up. But if you want to charge your phone, you have to have electricity. If you want to charge your computer, you have to have electricity. If you want to, you can charge your phone in your car. You gotta have gas. If you want to eat, and you're DoorDashing, you gotta have gas. So I'm having to budget all my resources that we had, very limited. We didn't have much to it. Meantime, Mr. Perry is a recorded talk, and his crew of weirdos, human traffickers, are recorded trying to desperately make delivery of me. They've sold me to a guy named Larry, who's a Houston realtor. They took half the money up front. They made a promise to a lot of people: if we can deliver, I'll give you XYZ amount of money. So what they need to do is deliver me to Mr. Larry, who is such a fucking weirdo. He can't get a date the normal way. He's got to buy a woman. Then, can you believe how pathetic, right? It's also illegal to do that, and it comes with a life sentence per count. My college degree is in criminal justice. I have 5 classes left, and I quit. Who does that? Well, if your school is helping to facilitate trafficking, and they have assisted Mr. Perry in failing a class so you can't get your money, your student loan money, where there might be, excess funds and stuff that you could use for your needs. When someone's trying to make you destitute and homeless and you can't have any food or shelter unless you be trafficked and raped. Human trafficking means you're going to be sold into servitude to a person who's going to make you do things you don't want to do or you don't need. For these guys, it's suck my you-know-what. It's you be raped every day, all day long, and we're going to make money off of your rape, and you don't have a choice. And I'm found out beforehand that they did that to me. So Mr. Perry says to everyone, there's no law enforcement helping her. We can't figure out how they're communicating. Do you think maybe they did that intentionally, make it you find where you can't figure out how they get information from you to me? Every day Mr. Perry asks me, who's leaks? Who is leaking? Like, he actually thinks I would help him do this to me. Like, who the hell is that nutty? And I'm not told leaks, and here's the thing. I have no privacy and I have no money. And when you're in jail, I will. I'll have my privacy and I'll have money. I can pay for my own degree. I don't need school loan and I don't need you. When you're gone, I won't have to lie. I won't have to be raped. And I'll have my privacy and I'll have money again, and you're gone. And you're not around to cause problems for me ever again. That is the objective. That is the goal. And we quote you guys every day. We have your names and your code words. And you act like nothing is happening. And we're just going to do nothing with all that. The goal is to put you in jail because you're criminals and you're sick, twisted, fucked up criminals. You're the kind that get beat up in jail. You repulse even prisoners. So how much more do you repulse normal people? It's pretty damn bad. We don't have any problem getting information. If you can count still, count the number of emails that were sent regarding a criminal act you were talking about committing against me starting from 2015. You got McNamara email, you got the harassment email, you got a lot of threats that you made directly to me to do a second false arrest. And then that number increased. A police recording, emails of mine that start out police recording. Here's what they just said. No one told me. I just imagined it. But it's very specific and it's very detailed. And a lot of times you actually do exactly what the email says after we send it. The goal is to establish criminal intent. Did you sell me or not? Are you desperate to make delivery because you got yourself in a financial jam or not? You got a lot of people, other people that you promised money to, also in a financial jam. We hear my ex-husband is one of those people. You promised him $25,000. I understand last night again, he was pissed because you got caught again. It's funny. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cause me the loss of anything, an eyelash, you cause me any problem at all, you piss off the wrong people, and then we get more. I'm not told who your leaks are, and I wouldn't fucking help you if I was. I don't need to know that, and this is a need to know. I've said that every day for years, and yet he continues to ask. It's like he can't understand a word you say. He continues to do the same thing every day that gets us intel. When you contact me, when you cause me a loss or a problem, when you invade my privacy, it pisses off all the wrong people. We get a whole lot of intel, sir. Look at the increase in these emails. It's like 20 a day. It's increased from 1 or 2 a day to 20 a day. It has backed off to 20 a day to 1 or 2 a day lately because we've chosen to back off on saying what we know beforehand. It depends. It is to prove criminal intent, premeditation, malicious aforethought. So my school in June, we have the storm. I'm trying to really be careful with my resources as far as what I use to charge my phone, what I use to DoorDash, and keeping in mind I can't. I'm sitting in line the first day for half an hour waiting for gas, thinking they're gonna run out. They're gonna fucking run out. Sure as shit. By the early morning, the next morning they were out. I'm texting friends in other towns, nearby towns. Do you guys have gas? No, we don't. Here, this one in Bixby has gas. Okay, by the time I drive all the way to Bixby from where I am, I won't have any gas left in my car. And if they've run out of gas, I'm screwed. I'm not doing that. But we're trying to figure out what to do. So, my homework, needless to say, did not get in on time. Now, keep in mind, for 4 years, I've told every single professor that I have, I've got a stalking problem and a guy that's trying to human traffic me. That guy causes a whole lot of problems for me. It takes up a lot of time to deal with. Wrecks my car, takes my money. I'm sleeping in my car. I'm not eating. I'm not bathing. He's trying to kill me. He's trying to kidnap me. So, sometimes my assignments are in a little late. Every single one of them for 4 years gave me extra time to get the assignments in. There is an ultimate deadline or there's nothing they could do. So there's a couple of grades that I have that were bad because it went past that deadline and I still couldn't do it. Or there's, a couple of classes that I couldn't because they used some other curriculum. Like I think my math, you have to take the math test by a certain day, or the curriculum, the software just won't count it. So there was a certain ones that I had to just suffer through and go ahead and get it done. Although the math test didn't take more than about 15 minutes. The math part, it took me about an hour or two to study and go through. They had like a practice test, and then it took me about 15 minutes to take the test. I made an A plus and a B, I think, in those classes. So it didn't take. It's not like I had to write it. It takes longer to write an essay and research it and stuff. That's more of like a 4 to 6 hour project. So the math did not take as long, but that was one that the teacher couldn't do anything about it, about the deadlines. The deadlines are the deadlines. I have zero control over that. So but it didn't take as much time. So every other professor in 4 years of college, a new one every 5 weeks, said, sure, I'll give you more time. This one, with 2 crises. One, I'm being stalked and trafficked. Somebody's trying to traffic me. Desperate to make delivery. And he's caught, and he acts like he doesn't know he's caught. He repulses everybody, and he acts like he doesn't know he repulses everybody. He's going to make a personal profit off the sale of a human, and that is illegal. It comes with a life sentence. I found out before because he's under investigation. If it's not that, Mr. Perry, please do tell the court, Judge Parker and Judge Egan. Also, I'm not supposed to know about that, but I do. How is it that I get information like that, like you're trying to traffic me, and you're caught, and to who? And when all these things happen, it's not just random. You caused it intentionally to cause an injury, to coerce me. Okay, you're in a lot of trouble. I'm sorry that your attorney is too stupid to explain that to you. I'm not your attorney, and I don't owe you an explanation. But because you're heaping this on me and your attorney is failing to advise you of what the law is and the consequences, I don't have a choice, do I? I'm not your attorney. I'm not being paid $500 an hour. You need to bother your attorney with your stuff, your questions about leaks, all your questions, and get out of my life. Every time you contact me, that gets us more intel because you're ignoring the law. You're stomping all over my rights. You disgust me. I don't feel anything for you but disgust. I rejected you. You act like you don't know that. I don't like you. You got some imaginary bullshit in your head that is outrageous and very embarrassing and very delusional. Very delusional. You make me sick. If you get anywhere near me, I'll beat the hell out of you. And you know that. That's why you haven't come near me. You're always in Oklahoma. And that's pissing people off. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. I moved 2 times to get away from you and have never again have to hear what you think or how you feel or what you want and need. And no one cares. Everyone is sick and tired of hearing that. We get the help, not you. I rejected you, and I left. And you act a pussy. You're a fucking pussy. Pathetic. Move on. Move on. I don't like creepy guys. I don't like canned food guys. I don't like pathetics and pussies. I like men's men. I don't like guys who are alleged sex offenders and cop killers. Okay? You're a fat turnoff. You're nothing that I like. You're everything that makes my stomach turn. Okay, so back to my school story. This is in June. So we have this storm. I'm limited on resources. I don't get assignments turned in. I tell the teacher, we had a storm, here's the deal. Also, I have a stalker problem. Every other professor's given me extra time. She says, sure, I'll give you extra time. And then did not and failed me. Because you told her to. You were recorded talking to her. Fail her. You were recorded, Mr. Perry, talking to her and telling her to fail me. Or was it Lucius? Or was it Lucius? Who the fuck is Lucius? I've never met him, but I hear his name. In fact, we heard his name last night. What you just said was about Lucius talking to Governor Stitt about your furniture. And Charles Perry told them, I want her arrested tonight. Sit her down and show a picture of her granddaughter and tell her you can't see your granddaughter ever. But if you sign my lie and go be trafficked, then you can. I don't care to. Thank you. I don't want to see her. I want her to have a life without you in it. I do not want to see my granddaughter. You can show me all the pictures you want. I don't care. Right now, I have no contact with any family member. I lost Tristan, her dad, when he was 14 because you took her. I lost his brother pretty much in his high school years. He checked out. He just fucking checked out. He was around, but he wasn't around. The rest of my family, 4 years I have not spoken to them. What they all did is they opened their hearts and their lives to you and shoved me out so they can have you. They shoved out their family member being brutalized by you for 4 years while I'm being brutalized by you, and let in and embraced and welcomed and loved an alleged sex offender who rapes little kids and kills cops. They can have you. I want nothing to do with them. None of them. Probably never will again. So you can't use my family as leverage? I don't give a fuck. Did you think I was gonna cry? Why? Why would I cry? You've taken everything I have, everything I cared about, everything that mattered to me long ago. I cried then, I got over it, and I'm done. Next. I don't care anymore. Pretty soon, if you take things from someone for a long period of time, they become very detached from everything and everyone. Except for the people that told me you sold me into who. And you can't get to them. They won't call you back. Those people are extremely smart. Those people have saved my neck more times than I can count. They won't call you. I'm not calling Charles to repeat myself. What I told him to do in March 2020. Don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family in any way, shape, or form. Not directly, not indirectly, not through proxy. Don't contact them. You fuck off. You respect her rights. You respect the law. Get your hands out of her wallet and fuck the hell off, you sick little bitch. Or I'll do it for you. And you didn't understand a word he said. He's not going to call you now and repeat himself. He did show you what he can do. Ask Lucius, Bald Fat Calvin, Betancourt, Sonjay, Geppetto, Beverly, Renee, Blankenship, Desiree, Andrew, Lawrence, Richard, Dickie, Greg, Tim, Bruce, Nesbitt. Ask those people if maybe he can show you some power. And he's not going to dignify you with a phone call and tell you the same thing he's already told you. What he said is, if you want some mercy, I'll ask the judge, but ultimately it's up to the judge. It's not even up to me, but I'm not going to help you one bit until you give back everything you took and you fix what you broke and you get the hell out of her life and you show some remorse. If you can't show remorse, there's no reason. I don't listen to I'm sorry. I want to see amends made. If you're not sure what that is, then you need to read the AA steps. You fix what you broke, you make it right, and you stop. You have no control over yourself. You have no power over yourself. It is pathetic. You are everything that repulses normal human beings. And what the hell is wrong with my family that you didn't repulse them to? I don't know. Mr. Perry, every time you contact me, he just typed in my other phone, is it your family leaking? Did you tell him something to leak, sir? Every time you contact me, that gets us more because it pisses my guys off. It pisses off your leaks. You were told not to contact me again. You shouldn't know what I'm doing right now, and you only do because you're a voyeur. You should know what furniture I actually have. I kind of mentioned it on a podcast, but what do I actually have? Have you, unless you're a voyeur, you wouldn't know. The guy last night says Perry wanted her arrested. They had a guy waiting at her club where she works to show her pictures of her granddaughter to kind of coerce her with the granddaughter. You're going to sign the lie. You're going to go to Houston, or you never see your granddaughter again. And you can sit in jail here and rot. We'll do the same thing to you we did to Mike Neely. Then what's going to happen to her stuff? Perry says, I want the car title put in my name. And the guy goes, it's her car. I can't just put the title in your name. Yup, I want it put in my name. I'm taking it away. And I want some of her underwear. The guy said, I'm not going to do that. Listen, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not. What a disgust. And how embarrassing for you. How fucking embarrassing for you. I'm not told leaks, Mr. Perry. It's a need to know. That I do not need to know. I'm not told that. And fuck you for asking. When we get, sometimes we get a lot of intel, and that typically happens when you start asking for my help. You got a lot of nerve. Back to the school. Okay, so every professor's given me extra time just because of the stalking problem. During this particular class, which is crisis intervention management, they're teaching us how to help people in crisis. They specifically say, here's the things that can constitute a crisis. Natural disasters and being the victim of crime. I don't have one. I have two. During the same course. All these years I've had one. The stalker. Creepy Chucky coming after me all the time. Violating me in a vulgar way with his voyeurism. That is rape. I define how you make me feel. It's rape. I don't like you. I rejected you. Whatever pretend life you have doesn't exist to me. You're just another whack job. Like John Hinckley Jr. Just one more of those. Needs to be in the fruitcake farm. Okay, so I'm taking crisis intervention management, and I have not just one that was enough for every other professor to accommodate late assignments. I have two. This professor tells me she will, but she doesn't, and fails me. Fucks up all my school money. So they're telling me, here's what you need to do. You need to pay us. And, or you can't continue. And I said, unenroll me. I'm done. I'm fucking done with you. This is why right here. You are the kind of school that teaches people through crisis management intervention class that when you're in crisis, fuck you. It's just, you got to, too bad. Too fucking bad. By the way, your human trafficker needs you delivered right now, which they think they can't do if you have money from your school loan. So we were told to fail you so you can get your school loan. You guys were recorded talking to her. Cynthia Hebron. I have to retake the class and pay for it. I'll have to pay for that. But I'm done. What I told University of Phoenix is, I'm done with you. After that, you don't get another dime of my money or student loan money or any money at all. We're done. I'm done. Unenroll me. I'll take, when they're in jail, I'll have enough money to pay for my own school, and I'll take me and my money and my good grades, by the way, that I've had in spite of being homeless, in spite of being deprived basic rights and needs, food and shelter, despite being the victim of serious human rights violations, despite being raped every day, despite them wrecking my car and trying to take it, despite them getting me kicked out of my home, despite them trying to get me fired, my grades are still like 3.6 GPA. Despite them talking to people that they shouldn't be talking to because they're violating privacy laws, I'll take my grades, my money, and go somewhere else. Thank you. and it might mean I don't graduate as quickly. It's fine. It's worth it. You're not getting another penny. I'll pay for what I have to pay for, and you're fucked. You don't get another penny of my money. And everybody with our guys, the law enforcement helping me, by the way, they got your teacher recorded. I don't care what you think. You can make up your own reality all you want. That is what happened. We did say it before, and there it is. They want to traffic me. They're getting in my wallet. They're getting in my wallet. Right, Lucius? Aren't you the one? So last night, did you get recorded talking to Governor Stint? You might have a quarter wiretap on your phone or something, don't you think? Why would that be? They would have to have probable cause for that, wouldn't they? See, I'm not told what information they get from a wiretap order or some sort of surveillance order or a leak. And I'm not told who the leaks are, and I don't care. That's not relevant to me at all, is it? I'm not the one that's going into court to have to explain, here's how we got all this evidence. I don't care. The prosecutor and those guys have that. I don't have to worry about it. All the emails typing up what you just said, all I have to do is testify I heard the recording. I'm not told how they get it. I'm not told if it's correct or not correct. I don't care. I really fucking don't care. I'm not part of that process of getting the intel or proving it right or wrong. They want it out right away. We're not going to wait to see if you do it, Mr. Perry, to put something out. Then that defeats the whole purpose of documenting malicious aforethought and premeditation, does it not? He did say, how many I told you so's did you want to give us? But that's why University of Phoenix, they're not supportive of their students. They teach a student in crisis management class, when you have a crisis, fuck you. You're just shit out of luck. That's too bad for you. Pay us money. Now you owe us money. Now it's not covered under your student loan anymore. Pay us. Give us money. $1,100. Give it to me. Right now. I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. I'll pay that out when I can. From here on out, every other class I take, my money goes somewhere else. By the way, when they're in jail, which I don't know when that's going to happen, hopefully soon, I won't be broke again. I can pay for my own education. I don't need student loan money. I won't need student loan money. My money is hard-earned. I've sacrificed a lot, have I not? Okay, they're not going to give my money to me now, where you can look in my bank account, since you like violating privacy laws and hacking people, where you can see who's paying me. And I agree to that. Because the goal is catch the bad guy. These are really bad guys. This is not meter maid shit. A meter maid can pull somebody over, run a tag, and write a ticket. That's not us, TPD, at all. We don't have time for that shit. Real criminals, really bad crimes that devastate people's lives. Law enforcement is really suffering caused by crime, and that's what I wanted to do, just like my granddad. I'm not a cop, but I'm something, and I'm not allowed to tell you what that is. I will tell you this. No one's caught your crime like we have. No one. You got a team of people who are not meter maid. When you did this to my school, though, it pissed off one of your leaks, and we found out about your compound south of Houston. They kidnapped a bunch of girls. They're holding them hostage. They raped them. They got them pregnant. Now they're raping the children. That place smells like the sewer, because those kids are getting sodomized, and they're shitting all over the floor. The moms have to sit in the room next door listening to their children scream as they're raped, and there's not a fucking thing they can do to help them. I can't imagine the worst psychological torture for a mother that there is. Mr. Perry has told people, I'm going to get Cindy pregnant. We're all like, oh my God, what a weirdo. So Pulpa guys heard you say that because you said it to them. I'm going to get her pregnant. I'm 54. I'm done having children. Done with it. And how gross. I wouldn't give birth to your, blob of a monster child. Then, yeah, there's no way. There's no fucking way. I don't know what I would do. If you raped me and made me pregnant, I'd probably kill myself. That'd probably be it. I'm done. I'm not gonna breed. I'm not gonna bring the kid of Chucky into the world. And I'm not gonna make a child live with you as their dad. and get raped like these other women. We do have a choice, and my choice is fuck you. And I have help. There's no way. Those guys in Sepulpa thought that was such a weird thing to say. One of them said he's got women locked in a basement somewhere, I promise you. He wasn't wrong. Houston compound, that's it. You're the most disgusting piece of fucking shit I've ever met in my life. Why would I have a date with somebody like you? You're just a blob of ick and slime that doesn't need to be here. You need to be in jail so that people are safe. So, okay, so I'm done with school. I just took that leverage away. You didn't, Lucius. You didn't want me to have my school loan money. I'm not going to have my school loan money. I'm not going to do what you want. Fuck you. Who is it you think you're talking to? I have your name. That ought to make you shit yourself. I've never met you that I know of. If it doesn't make you shit yourself, you're not all there. How'd I get it? Who in law enforcement told me that you talked to the governor last night? She's got some furniture. What are we going to do with that once we kidnap her? Perry wants her underwear. Yuck. How do I know that? Were you talking to the governor? That has not been proven out yet, but the source that it came from gives us 90% chance it's right. It's good intel. Police record a lot of things. Some of the intel is good intel, some of it's not. Some of it might be off just a little, but for the most part, it's right on the money. I'm not part of the process of proving it to be true or not true. A lot of times they prove it's true or not true. Charles, when you contact me, we always get more. Do you like getting caught? Are you getting a sick thrill out of getting caught? Or are you just stupid? Every time you invade my privacy, every time you contact me, we always get more intel. You're pissing everybody off. Can you not control yourself at all? Pathetic. Don't contact me. It's gross. You're fucking nasty gross. I rejected you, gross. You're not good enough for me. You're not even close. Okay, that's the other bizarre thing. Is one of their leagues said, if you listen to Charles and Larry talk, they're both talking about a woman that if you don't know any better, you think they're in a relationship, an ongoing relationship with a woman, and they're talking about her. And they're talking about her like it's two different women with similar attributes. They're talking about her like they're in the relationship with her. Like they're talking about, this is my wife and she likes XYZ and we're going to do X, ABC. And they're both talking with each other about this. And what's weird is they're both talking about Cindy. And if you didn't know that, you would think they're not first of all, they're not in a romance with her. They're watching her in her house illegally. Both of them are. So, are they going to share her? It's weird. The conversations that these two men have is so fucking weird. It's just as creepy as fuck. They both talk about Cynthia like they both think they're in a romance with her. They're not in a romance with her. She can't stand either one of them. Doesn't go both ways. She doesn't feel anything for either one of them but yuck. Ew. Ugh. And they both act like they're in an ongoing relationship with her. And they're both talking about her like she's two different women with similar attributes. And they're talking about the same woman, neither of whom have a romance with. They're just watching her in her house. It's disgusting. It made my skin crawl. It made me want to throw up. To sit there and listen to that. It's just weird. They're both fucking weirdos. It's made me uncomfortable to listen to those two talk to each other. We're getting the help you're getting told on. You think after all these years of us quoting you every day that there's very many people that really want to be on Team Told On and Team Weirdo? We quote you every day. We got your code words. I just said all your names. Name one of my guys, quote one meeting. Oh, yeah, you can't. Nobody will help you. You're not good enough. I said no to you, Charles, and that's what I mean. Everything after that is coercion, kidnapping, hostage holding, and rape. You get anywhere near me, I will kick the ever-living shit out of you. Both of you. Okay, last night, here's the weird thing. I've typed up an email while I'm at work about, by the way, the club was empty all weekend. Friday was empty, Saturday was empty, Sunday was empty. So you're going to pay for that with Intel. In fact, you did. Okay? Just so everybody knows, I've taken the school leverage away. What they did is he said, we sat Cynthia's family down and let's try to find a way to break her. Why would my family want to break me? It's not normal to want to break someone. Definitely not your family. How can we break her? Take her school away. Okay, school's gone. There's no more leverage there. Do I sound sad? I'm not sad at all. Because my guys tell me we're fixing to put him in jail and get you paid, and he won't be able to contact you again. He won't be able to contact your school again. You can go to any school you want. They won't be around to fuck it up and pay for it yourself. Leverage is gone. Okay? Alright. Also out of this problem that you made with my school, we got the conversations about Tim. I'll just kidnap her and throw her on my Piper and turn the transponder off so nobody knows where we land. Which, by the way, the FAA will ground you, sir, for that. And then they... Okay, all of this is against my will. Everybody knows that, okay? Everything you've done for the past 10 years is against my will. I don't like you, Charles. I rejected you. There's no relationship there. I don't think anything of you but disgusted. Ugh, you're just gross. You're just a gross, nasty piece of trash. And all the reasons why I told my kids don't have kids. This world's getting corrupt. Don't have kids. Don't bring another life into this very bad, ugly, nasty world. And you're the reason it's bad, nasty, and ugly. You make everything fun unfun. You ruin everything good. And everybody hates you for it. And guess what? People are starting to see how powerful these guys are helping me. They don't want to help you. You're the team told on. You're team weirdo, Lucius. The fact that I have your name ought to make you shit yourself. You're not all there, sir, are you? You're about as cuckoo bird as Charles, aren't you? Charles, we found out, has Huntington's disease. It causes paranoia, delusion, hallucinations, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning. He cannot do cause and effect. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. You got 10 years and nothing but that. Like never before in your life. How many times were you caught before you did it to me? How many after? All of you. Answer that for yourself. Charles, when you contact me, you get caught. You're not loved or wanted. You're told on and told on and told on and told on. Okay? You sit there, you sit around, you watch TV, make weird noises, and play with little girl toys all day long. Doesn't get any more boring and pathetic than that. And ruin everything good. So, you think my family's a leak? Why would they leak? They're helping you. What'd you tell them to leak? I never introduced him to my family. I moved 2 times to get away from Mr. Perry, so I never again have to hear what he thinks, what he wants, what he needs, what he feels. We don't care. Fuck off, weirdo. Get a life. Nobody invited you here. You came up here, you took it upon yourself to butt into shit that doesn't concern you, and you introduced yourself to my family, and they welcomed you in their lives and shoved me out. Haven't talked to them for 4 years. They didn't. I texted the last time it was in 2020. Hey, you want to come out to our house for Christmas? And I'm like, I don't have the gas money to get out there right now. And oh, okay, well, let us know. Never called and said, what's going on that you don't even have gas money? Did you want us to cash app you $5 so you can come out here? We miss you. Never said that. Didn't give 2 fucks enough about me to say that. Never checked on me after that. Last year I spent Christmas sitting in my car in a Walmart parking lot all alone. Nobody, not one person, not my kids, not my ex-husband, not one family member called and said, are you okay? Did you want to come out here? Are you alright? Is there anything we can do? I put on Facebook, I just lost everything I own in 30 seconds. Nobody called and said, what happened that you lost everything? Nobody asked, nobody gave a fuck. So we're done. That's over. And you now, 4 years after I haven't talked to any of them, want to use them to coerce me into being trafficked, to facilitate trafficking. You want to use them to help you with your crime. Maybe Corky can talk her into it. Maybe her cousin can talk her into it. Maybe we'll have her cousin go tell her, well, why don't you live with us? Go pick her up, and don't take her to his house. Take her to the Texas border, kick her out, and leave. Doesn't get any more cruel. Doesn't get any more cruel. They have zero influence over me because they shoved me out and welcomed you into their lives. I have no desire to talk to them at all. None. They weren't there. While you brutalized my life, they let you in their life. So what difference does it make what they think? Nothing more pathetic than a bitch who can't move on. They're helping a criminal. An alleged sex offender, cop killer, brutalized my life. Why would I listen to them? I don't want to see my granddaughter. I want my granddaughter to have a life without you in it. Whether I see her or whatever. Tristan was dead to me at age 14. That's what you wanted. Dennis was dead to me pretty much when he was in high school and he checked out. So what difference did they make to me? Why is it you thought that you could use them as leverage? Schools now, not leverage. It got us a lot of intel, though, when you interfered with it. We also got Mr. Perry's contacting me again. So, note for the record, at 7:39, he contacted me again. That will get us more intel. Every time he contacts me, we get more. Every day he invades my privacy because he should know what I'm doing right now, much less think this is a conversation he's trying to talk to me. I'm not told who your leaks are, dum-dum. Stop making me repeat that. Write it down somewhere. Dickie, flashcards, remember? Write it down on a flashcard. She's not told who leaks are. So every time he's tempted to ask me who's a leak, show him the fucking flashcard. Don't make her repeat herself. You'll piss her off. You piss her off, they start getting intel. Quote one of our guys. Name one of our guys' quote one meeting, Lucius. Oh yeah, you can't. They won't call you back either, will they? You talk to the governor about all this? You told him how you're going to brutalize a woman? Traffic her? Rape her? My family's going to help you rape me? Why would I want anything to do with my family if they're going to help you rape me? My ex-husband's supposed to get 25 grand. He was mad last night. It didn't work out again. Prove that true or not. You prove it. I'm not part of the process of proving what's true and what's not true. All I can testify to, I can't testify to what I know and, I'm sorry. I am not able to testify to what I don't know. What I can testify to is, I heard a police recording. This is what was on it. I typed it up in this email. I sent it right to them. Because the prosecutor said, we're building a fraud case against him. We're building a coercion case against him. And if he's using the court cases and the fraud in court, the perjury, the false testimony, to try to influence you to do something like be trafficked, I can use all of that as a coercion charge. Grand larceny with intent to coerce is one act. Deprivation of food and shelter is another act. Interference with contracts, another act. Interference with commerce is another act. Trying to use your family, that's another one. Whether they don't talk to you or talk to you, either way, what they're doing is to influence your decision. Depriving you of relationships, key relationships, depriving you of your grandchild, depriving you of food and shelter, depriving you of the ability to keep contractual agreements and legal obligation that you would need to owe money. I'm going to charge them with all of that. Those are the acts. He thinks we're getting this intel because we're just bored. We're going to just do nothing with it. Spending a lot of time and money just getting intel for nothing. Okay, let him think that. He's got Huntington's disease. Where that came from? A leak said, I'm tired of him trying to ruin her. I'm tired of him terrorizing her. He doesn't want her to know he's got Huntington's disease. Make sure she finds out. So we found out. Okay, so the school leverage is gone. We also got the Natalie Holloway conversations out of that. What if it's Iran? What if he's ratting us out? Because we have Natalie at that compound. My guys go, wow, ooh, that's big, that's huge. So put something out about us doing an extraction. Then you guys are talking about, well, should we move her? She hasn't gone by Natalie Holloway for years. Will she remember who she is if they do an extraction? That came from what you did with my school, Lucius. You are paying with intel. You're paying for this in ways you've never had to pay before. The intel isn't the end game, sir. Jail is. That's what they're getting this for, despite your pretend land, whatever you guys tell yourself in your loopy land. When you have your little meetings and you decide, oh, we think she's got all this information that no one else has. But it's just for nothing. There's no cops. Who is it you think is getting it? Say that in court and prove it. Because we know you were already told that by either Judge Parker or Judge Egan. I'm not sometimes told who it is. There's certain information they keep even from me. And there's a reason for that. If you watch the TV show Lioness, they want her to hit a target. And she's like, I don't know anything about this woman. And the lady said, exactly. You need to act authentic. You need to act like you just met her. You need to not know anything about the target. You just met her. We need you to not let anything slip that indicates you know who she is and what you're doing. So go in and meet her, and then you'll find out about her. I can't tell you anything about this woman. You've got to act like you don't know her. So in order to act like you don't know her, don't know her. We're telling you she's the target. Go get to know her. That's your job. Okay, well, this is no different. Criminal investigation is a criminal investigation. You're criminals. If you don't like, getting caught, then leave me the fuck alone, because it happens when you do it to me specifically. It's different, right? So Mr. Perry can't do cognitive reasoning, cause and effect. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened in 10 years. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on. Everybody hates you. Everybody's sick of you. You're mean. Nobody likes mean. Watch the news. People don't like suffering. They don't run to the side of Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein or the Tulsa shooter at St. Francis. They run to the aid of the victims. Same thing at Mandalay Bay in Vegas. What planet are you on that you think people would help you and like you and want to be your friend? People pretend to like you and be your friend. Some of them are just scared of you. I don't want him to do to me what he's doing to her, so I'll pretend I like him. I fucking hate him. Everybody wishes he would go away. What's he doing here? Why won't he leave? You got constituents complaining that you're not home with your family and your wife been, doing things that, the constituents need you to do. You're always up here trying to kidnap me and rape me and make a personal profit off of me. And you're trying to use the judicial system and taxpayer-funded resources to do it, and you're caught. Sir, you're caught. I don't know what you tell yourself in your make-believe world. You're caught. And the more you act like you don't know that, the more whack job, delusional you look, and you need to be put in the straitjacket. So my school tells me, when you're going through crisis, you don't matter. We're going to fail you. We're going to deviate from every other professor in 4 years and fail you. Now, pay us. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I will. I'll pay what I have to. And other than that, I'll take my money and go to a better school. You've shown me what you are. You're facilitating trafficking while I'm in criminal justice class of all things. In crisis management class. I don't just have one that everybody else has said, yeah, we'll accommodate you. I have two. You're the one professor that won't accommodate. I had to retake the class. The very last assignment, I got a B and an A in that class. The second time I took it, because I had electricity and shit. But the very last assignment, it blocks me. I can't submit it. Keep in mind, I've submitted assignments via messages. If you can't get through on the submission form, this one professor again deviates from everybody else and says, I won't accept this assignment. If you can't submit it on the submission form, I won't accept it. So I failed your assignment. I still passed the class, but I got a C instead of like a high B. So they did it again. They fucked up my, I couldn't submit the assignment. So there's a couple of D's. I have mostly A's and B's. There's a couple of D's and C's. Like 1 or 2. Because Charles made it where I couldn't submit the assignment. How many men sit around trying to figure out how to make me fail? And that's one way they do it. It was the same way with DoorDash. We'll block DoorDash orders from coming in, so she can't make any money. And she's broke. That's one way we'll make her fail. And then she'll be trafficked. It's coercion. It's a crime. DoorDash was not real happy to know their app was being used for criminal activity. I don't know who you're talking to over there. The people my guys talked to said they were disgusted to find out their app is being used for criminal activity to facilitate trafficking. Calvin and Sonjay. So there's that. Alright, so we have this blog to document all the threats Mr. Perry's made. Right away, he started threatening a second false arrest. So this thing where he wants to find a way to put me in jail and get his smear campaign and force me to sign a recant of everything I've said in court and out of court for the past 10 years, nobody will suspect a thing. See, the man is stupid, diagnosed. Diagnosed, nuttier than a fruitcake. He thinks nobody will suspect a thing. But we're getting the help with the information. He's not. And he doesn't put that together. We don't have any words for that. We just don't. Doesn't get any more stupid than you. You need to be in a nursing home. What's Jackie think you're doing? You got constituents that are pissed off that you're not in Lubbock. You know, helping them. Around the dinner table, they're talking about all the shit that they're upset about. And they don't care anything about this. They're mad that you're not in Lubbock helping them figure out their shit. So if you don't get elected to something, it's your fault. Doesn't have anything to do with this at all. It's that you're not there helping them with what pisses them off in Lubbock. Any good elected official and campaign guy would tell you that. People concerned about them. People are concerned about what's going on in their life. They're going to rant about what's making them mad. They don't care about this. You could be an axe murderer. What they care. Look at Trump. Trump is recorded talking to the Atlanta Attorney General. Find me votes. Let's all lie. Let's find a way to lie. Make it work. He's in trouble. That did it for me right there. I'm like, I'm done with this. I really like Mike Pence. I really don't like Trump. And his polling approval numbers are like through the roof. And I'm like, I don't get it. The fuck is wrong with people? Well, you know, he helped the economy. Oh, for God's sake. So did Mike Pence. And Mike Pence didn't call people up and ask them to lie for him. Find votes. Just find some. Find something. Create them from thin air? Because you didn't earn them. During his situation where he's lost the election and they're alleging fraud and everybody's saying they can't prove fraud. I'm like, well, or what they could do is argue the same thing that Bush and Gore argued, and that would be violations of equal protection. Every county uses different equipment. Every county uses different equipment. There's like, I don't know, a bunch of different companies that provide voting booths, you know, the equipment that people use to vote on. It's not equal. It's not uniform. It's all different. There it is right there. Argue equal protection. The equipment is different. Some of it's difficult to understand. Some of it's more complicated than others. And it's not equally, there's no equal protection here when you got so many variations of all kinds of different equipment in every county. Argue that same fucking thing. And let's see where that goes. But if you can't prove fraud, don't argue fraud. And they, you know, I'm tweeting it. They ignore me. Okay, fine, whatever. Do it your way. And they lost. And so then you have to make. Then Trump's making phone calls. Just find a vote. Well, if they're not there, they're not there, sir. And I was done with him. And in January 6th, Mike Pence stepped up. I admire him. He's not perfect. Nobody is. But I admire what he did that day. I admire his positions. I admire his politics. And if I could, you know, if I could choose the president, but it's just me choosing, he wins it. I don't have any faith in Trump after he's asking people to lie, basically, and going into court and making allegations he can't prove. And now he's in trouble. And, you know, I don't know what to say, but I don't get his approval rating. I really don't. But here's the thing that proves my point. People don't care about this, Mr. Perry, at all. Really. What they care about, what they're talking about at their dinner tables, is what's going on in Texas that pisses them off. And you're not there to listen to them. You're up here trying to kidnap me. And create a smear campaign. And remember, I've said it before. Over and over and over and over. How many I told you so's did you want to give me, dum-dum? You're proving my case. We have a case, sir. We're building against you. We're getting the intel for that. It's not just for nothing, despite your pretend land. You're just wacky. So was Lucius. Okay, so here's my disclaimer. I gotta do that. The prosecutor tells me. So he tells me, I don't want you to go. They got a lawsuit. First of all, they have to serve you properly, and they haven't. I don't want you to respond until they do. Meantime, when we get intel, type it up in an email and send it to them. I want it on the docket. I want anyone from law enforcement from anywhere to see the intel that we're getting on these people, because we got people that want to look at it. Now it's public record also. They can't argue for the suppression of that evidence. They put it on the docket. They did. It's public record. So, when we get these I told you so's, it's going to be a hell of a lot easier to prosecute. You got a mafia guy wanting to put you out of business so that you will have to use a public defender. You'll be broke. With any luck. That's what we're hoping that he said it's so easy, it's not fair. You've spent all this money getting caught. You got nothing else but caught. He goes, what kind of... that's why I don't do business with sex perverts. Because they have some, urges that are weird. And they have no control over themselves. And they make very bad business decisions. You've spent, what, $15 million plus trying to ruin me? That bought us intel. All those millions of dollars you spent trying to make your lie work and ruin me bought us a lot of intel nobody else has, like Lucius's name. Yeah, Betancourt's name. This right here, video by the National Stalking Resource Center, shows how these guys trafficking and stalking work hand in hand. They hack your phone to find out where you are, who you're talking to, what you're saying. I had a lot of emails and a lot of texts, our shrink said. I have a shrink, by the way, Lucius. Yesterday you were talking about you can't get her back to the doctor. We heard you say it. Note it for the record. You said, we haven't been able to get her back to the doctor, and Dr. Russell said, I can't change what I said back then now. And I don't have access to a lot of information that I would need to be able to say she's delusional. I don't have it. It's a need to know. I can't even get it. You guys need desperate to say, oh, we're not doing that. She's just crazy. Okay. Go into court and say that one more time. I dare you. One more time, say it. So, our shrink is like, you can tell before she met Charles, she's got all these really wonderful texts and Facebook posts and all this stuff. You can tell people loved her. And all of a sudden she meets Charles and stops. She got nothing. There's 200 emails and texts I've never seen. Because weirdo here, poke and peep and pink penny pathetic Perry, hacked me and deleted them before I could see them. The guys have it. I can't see them until after your trial. I can't wait. That right there is what police are supposed to do when a stalking report is filed or a car vandalism is filed. I filed a hit and run. You know what that stupid cop told me? We don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. And I looked at her and I go, my attorney said me to give this to you. This might involve stalking and retaliation because I'm testifying for a police officer that was murdered by who I think these guys did the murder. Charles, when you contact me, we get more. Are you stupid or are you just like getting caught? He just did it again. Okay. She says, tell your attorney we don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me with this. This is not policing. I grew up in the home of 4 cops. My dad, my granddad. Oh, I'm sorry, 3. My dad, my granddad, my great-granddad. My dad was a police officer. He did forgery investigations. My granddad was the chief of police and featured in some detective magazine for solving a murder with my great-granddad, who was the captain of detectives in Roswell, New Mexico. My granddad's name is on the front door of that police department to this day. So I know what police are supposed to do. I grew up in a fucking police department. When we went to the fair in Roswell, the first thing we did is go to the mobile police department. So, and by the way, I've 5 courses shy of getting a criminal justice degree. We'll be getting that from another school. Okay? I took your leverage away. It's gone. You don't have it anymore. You don't have it, Lucius. You wanted to fuck with my school? That bought a Centel, that's fine. And there's no more leverage for my school to break me. And I'll finish when you're in jail. And you won't be able to do a thing about it. Sit around and make me fail. One woman. It doesn't get any more pathetic than y'all. People are starting to see that. This is team weirdo. This is team fail. This is team told on. And I'm not going to be on that. They're delusional. They act like nothing's happening. We can see something's happening. We can see these people helping her have a lot of power. And because they're delusional, they're headed right down a rabbit hole, and I am not going with them. How can I help? How can I help? It's not a hard decision to me. Logic, which y'all don't have. Huntington's disease, no cognitive reasoning. They get caught every day and have for 10 years, and they want me to help them get caught, and I'm not going to do it. This right here says that when you get a vandalism report, you need to ask, could a stalker have done this? Tulsa police is like, we don't take evidence here. That's not how we do things here. I shoved the paper under the glass and I looked at her and I said, it is today. Bye-bye. And I walked out. Then I sent a copy of the same thing to Jerry Bender, and I told Jerry Bender, I'm going to out-cop your guys because they're meter maids. That's the best they can do. They want to be the bitch of a sex weirdo, and that's the best they can do in their career in law enforcement. Fine, they can explain that to their children. While I tell mine, here's what I did. Here's what I accomplished. I stopped a very bad man from doing very bad things, and it cost me everything I had, including my relationship with you. And I'm fine with that. I hope someday you will be too. Because now you don't have to live with him in your life ever again. He will never bother you again. Okay? Right now, he's calling you and telling you what he's going to do, and he thinks you're a leak. You are stuck with him. But you opened that door. All you had to do the first time he called you is come tell me what happened. And I promise you, things would have been a whole lot different right now. But right now, you can tell me what you think all you want. It's just more crazy rants from a crazy Charles who told you what to say with the scripts and the role-playing and bullshit like that. Any other victim have that information? I don't think they do. It's not meter maid. We're not meter maids, Tulsa police. At all. We're not. Okay, here's the perjury and all that really laid out. We got the murder of Chief Miller. Mike Neely didn't have a mark on him. He's accused of beating someone to death. Not a mark on him. Magic Mike's ass caused internal decapitation. He fell on him with his magic gas while he's dying of opioid overdose and unconscious. He can't breathe. He caused internal decapitation, blunt force trauma to the head, and strangulation. On what planet is that even possible? So you're retaliating against me because I pointed that out. Not TPD didn't. We found out he was drugged months before. That was confirmed in depositions. All that's on that video. All that's on that video. Title 18 of the United States Code 1512 and 1513 prohibits retaliation against somebody for testifying or reporting your crime. And fuck you, by the way. All of you need to remember who it is you're dealing with, because we have stuff nobody has. You act like nothing's happening, and people are starting to notice. They're delusional. They act like nothing's happening, and yet they run around every day asking how she found out. They're headed down a rabbit hole. I'm not going with them. And they're too stupid to know that's what they're doing. Every day she catches them. Every fucking time they try to do something. So somebody has a hell of a lot of power. They act like there's nothing there. Alright, so we got this one. Okay, so the club is empty. By the way, I didn't want to dance anymore, but you cut off all my other sources of income. So right now I'm there because I don't have a choice. We got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, nobody in there. My guy tells you in March 2020, I think that you owe it to them to get that club full of paying customers. And stop doing the thing, by the way, where you tell them to buy from everybody but Cynthia. We'll make sure you pay for that. We get the intel. You're paying for it in ways you never had to before. That intel will be used to put you in jail, regardless of your make-believe world. Last night, at the very end of the night, this dude comes up to the window to pay. The guy goes, $15 to get in. He's got a wallet full of cash and a Houston Oilers ball cap on. And he says, I don't have $15. Let me go call my friends and see if they want to come. And I need one of them to cash at me $15. The guy's like, I'm sitting there looking at his wallet full of cash. It's got $15. I can see it. The guy goes back out to his car and sits there for like an hour. And then comes back in and says, I need to use the restroom. I can't get my friend to cash at me $15. The door guy's looking at me like, you gotta be shitting us with this, right? He looks at me like, the fuck is wrong with this dude? So the guy goes in the bathroom and the guy comes in and he's like, he's full of crap. I saw it, but he's got a wads of cash in his wallet. I saw it. He didn't need $15 cash apped. And I go, anybody that needs $15 cash apped can't afford to be here. And he goes, yeah, he's here for something else. You think? Houston. I go up to him and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, my friends won't cash at me $15. Uh-huh. Where are you from? Houston. What do you do for a living? Poker something. Bullshit. He leaves. He leaves. What we understand now that he was there to do is they were supposed to arrest me, but they got caught again. He's the one that was going to sit me down. You're going to come to Houston with me or else. And here's a picture of your granddaughter. We'll let you see your granddaughter. Only you're going to use my grandkid to coerce trafficking. And do you think you can't figure out why people won't help y'all? They're helping us. Wow. A man's kindness brings blessings. We can get information. Snap of a finger. His cruelty will be his downfall. You're told on every fucking day. You pathetics. All of you. Pokin', peepin', pink panty, pathetic Perry. Your own people call you that. I'm quoting your guy. That's not something I came up with. Your people call you that. You disgust everybody. Man, every time you contact me, every day you peep on me, every day you take my money and I'm broke, every problem you cause for me, you bought us intel. A lot of money, you've spent millions of dollars buying us a whole lot of intel. They're going to use the intel to put you in jail. Your team told on. Your team creepy. The guy that I talked to, I was nice to him in case he wanted to get a VIP. Otherwise, I can see why he would have to buy a woman. He was not an attractive person. So I was like, I'll pretend. They also had another guy come in who tells me that, get this, he thinks he's going to date me. They ran their ratatouille. Remember, ratatouille is a code word. Which is get her to dinner, get her to like you, and find out her home address. Right? Isn't that your ratatouille? Okay, well, I'm not born yesterday. We've already said that. It's not like we don't know. We've already talked about it. I only need to hear it once. You guys are the Alzheimer's people that got to hear it over and over and over and over. All right, so the guy comes in and he's talking to me, and they made us all mad the week before because they had a guy come in and spent a lot of money. He's done it before. He spent a lot of money on me, but then the next time he spent a lot of money on somebody else because he was told, buy from everybody but her. We don't want her to have any money. We're trying to traffic her. We need her nice and destitute. We want to interfere with her contracts and her commerce, right? To traffic her. And so he did, and it pissed me off. So I wouldn't talk to him the next time he came in, and then he was like, well, they told me I had to apologize. Oh, did they? Okay. So he comes back in and he does the same thing again. Now we're all pissed, and we got a lot of intel out of that. When you piss off your leagues being an asshole to me, I mean, that's just what happens. So they send this guy in. I guess he's supposed to make up for it. So he spends some money. Not enough, but he spent some. And it's been empty the whole night. So he's the only one in there spending. What did they say? Get the club full of paying customers that spend it on everybody, me included. Okay, you didn't, so we got intel out of that. What he said is, oh, get this. Tell me this is what this guy tells me. My wife is sick. She had a stroke. So I started dating somebody else. Then she got sick, and I had to take care of her, so I broke up with her today. When I'm with somebody that needs me, I'll bail. Twice. Want to go out with me? Oh my God. No, but I'll sting up your ass. How about that? The girlfriend he just broke up with, if he even broke up with her, dances at Lady Godiva's, owned by Joe Chadwick, who was part of all this trafficking bullshit. Right? Are you a part of the trafficking? Or I sued him for negligence. So he was at least part of that. How much of the rest of it are part of it, we'll let Joe Chadwick tell us. Okay? I'm not going to get into it. You have to prove she lied and she knew she lied. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say, for the record, maybe I know, but I'm not going to say. What you can say. How about that? So that we're not accused of lying. You tell us your part in this right now, the trafficking part, Joe. What I know is that I sued you for negligence, and you were part of that. Other than that, you tell us what you're a part of, okay? So the guy comes from, my girlfriend works at Lady Godiva's, and where you sued for negligence. And she got stomach cancer and made me take care of her, so I broke up with her. And by the way, when my wife had a stroke, I started sleeping with this one. Okay, so what you're telling me is anytime you're with a woman who needs you, you're done. And you want me to go out with you. What wow. What fucking planet are you on? But I know that if you have a girlfriend at Lady Godiva's, the chances are high that you are in here for at least David and Charles. So let's find out what you're up to. Well, he wanted to go home with me. And I'm thinking, in 10 years, I've never taken a guy home with me from work. There was one guy that after I got to know him fairly well, we dated a couple of times, and he came to my house, and we broke up. Because he did something similar to that, said something, you're not what I want. But that's what dating is. Dating is a process of getting to know someone to find out if it's somebody that you want to be with long term or not. That's what dating is. So that guy, first he came into the club a lot. I got to know him pretty well. Then we dated, and then I took him to my house. And then he did some asshole that I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna, that's not what, we're done. We broke up. This guy wants to come the first night he's in the club, and I'll just take him home from the club to my house. And I'm like, in 10 years, I've never done that. I don't take strangers into my home. Second of all, I'm sting-upping you right now, and you're not going to my house to do your little ratatouille bullshit. Charles, when you contact me, we always get more intel. Are you stupid, or are you just like getting caught? Are you getting some sick, weird thrill from getting caught? Because we've quoted you every day since 2015, all day long. Every time you contact me, that pisses off any kind of leak you might have, and we get more. Do you like us getting more, or are you just dumb? Do you get some sick thrill getting caught? You're just as weirdo as it gets. I mean, it doesn't get any more. You're creepy weirdo as they come. Turn off bitch as it gets. Okay, so we got all that. He just did it again, so we'll get more because he just contacted me again. We got all this. What did you get, Charles? Every day. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna take. Like Neil. Like Neil. Looks like we just got what you guys said. Who got this? Name one of my guys quote one meeting, Charles. It's like you think it's the other way around, and it's not. Delusional. You got diagnosed delusion. Diagnosed by a doctor. Said you're delusional. That you don't have any grip on reality at all. We don't know what's wrong with Lucius and the rest of you. Okay. This right here. And people are getting very irritated, Charles, at having to repeat themselves for you. He wants to be governor. One guy goes like, he just needs her to lie. He wants to be governor. And the guy was like, no, he cannot be governor. He's caught. He acts like he doesn't know he's caught. Okay, well, if you act like you don't know you're caught, something's wrong with you. So you can't be governor. You can't run your own life, much less the state. If you don't know when you're caught. She just talked about everything he's doing. They're running around asking, how'd she know? How'd she find out? Okay, well, but she found out. That's the thing. And you act like you don't know that. You're just not all there. You can't run the state. Second of all, when you get caught, that's when you stop. And if you don't know that, you're not qualified to be governor. You're not all there. He's got a disease. It's not going to get better. It will get worse. He can't run his own life, much less the state. He's proven that. He wants to come up here and kidnap a citizen of Oklahoma. He's trying to starve her and deprive her of food and shelter and her ability to pay her bills on time. I'm sorry, but he's not all there. He can't run his own life, much less the state. So there's that. He's caught. Never been this caught. He acts like he doesn't know. He's not all there. Things aren't clicking. Mr. Perry, no one cares what you think. Did we ask you? You're still typing in my phone like you think this is a conversation, sir. It's not. Get out of my phone. You're hacking. Hacking is a felony. Get out of my phone. I don't care what you think. We're all sick of hearing what you think. It's about what we think. The victims, it's about what we think. That's why we get to help, not you. You act like you think it's the other way around. You weren't asked what you think, whack job. We're all sick of hearing it. Everybody's sick of you. Why can't you understand that? Okay, so here's this. This is what we got in today about the last night thing. They got caught again last night. See, what does he tell you? March 2020. He says it, then he shows you. You can't tell cause and effect. You can't run a state, sir. You can't even think past tying your shoe if you can't do cause and effect. We all learned that in daycare. Every time you contact me, we get more. Are you stupid, or are you getting some sort of sick thrill out of getting caught? Now, nobody knows. Now, there's the conversation that makes everybody feel weird. We don't want to be on Team Total. Those guys are delusional. You attract things to yourself. I attracted an opportunity to catch a bad guy and end suffering. That's what I want. That's what my granddad did. That's what I want to do. And Charles wants to be caught because he attracted me right to him. He's getting caught like never before in his life. Spending a hell of a lot of money getting caught. That attracted mafia people who want to take over your organization. So you're broke and you have to use a public defender. I can't wait to see that. That's going to be funny as hell. This is from last night. Right after I sent this out, here comes your Houston guy, who then sits in the parking lot waiting for, I guess, cops. And then they cancel the whole thing, so he leaves. Comes up with some bullshit story. Oh, my friends won't cash at me $15 to get in. If you can't afford $15 to get in, you don't need to be here. This is not a free show. Bye-bye. I'm Houston. I'm from Houston, are you? What do you do for a living? Poker? Yeah, I don't think you do. Bye. Why don't you have a nice night? Have a nice night. Okay, so here's this. Was it Lucius talking to the governor? How do I even have Lucius's name? I've not met him that I know of. I mean, it buys us intel, Charles, every time you contact me. And he never shuts up. Never shuts up. What's Mr. Kunzweiler think about all this? Is he in on it? Is he the one that you said I want our underwear? And he said, no, I'm not giving you our underwear. Weirdo. Was that him? I don't know. I know she's telling the truth because he's never in Lubbock. He's always trying to kidnap her up in Oklahoma. What a morally bankrupt disappointment. Yeah, I would say so. And we got all that. Every time you contact me, we get more. Because you were asked not to do that. Get the club full of paying customers. Get Tristan and Fabian up to Oklahoma to talk to me, and you butt out. It's not your business. Get my money back. Get Mike Neely home and get out. March 2020 is when you were told that. Angie said, no. Okay, suit yourself. After that is when we got what I just showed you. And then we got, yeah, that one. Can we not get her back to the doctor? I have a shrink. Okay, I'm covered. I'm good. We don't need you to butt in. Nobody asked for your help. I have a shrink. The guys helping me have a shrink. And one that I trust. She hears the same recordings I have heard. So she has access to the same information that I have. And we don't need you. Okay? And, when you said, no, and we got all this, and this is not the half of it. This is only part of it. Very little. This is a drop in the bucket. Right? My duck hunting with Judge Cummings. All of that you bought with your money cover up, 15 million plus, to cover up something that ended up buying us all this intel. Your team told on. Your team weirdo. And I found out I was sold before. You wanted to deliver me last August 2nd. Then you tried again at Christmas. Then you tried again on January 18th and 19th. Then you tried again in June, and you're trying again now. And you're caught. Just like that. Your money, your cover-up money, bought us intel. Sunday night, you wanted to do the false arrest that you've been threatening for 10 years. Since you did the first one. And that didn't go right, did it? Because you didn't get my blood test to confirm or rule out arsenic poisoning. Right? Somebody said that you went around telling everybody she took rat poison. Why would I fucking do that? You moron. Why would I fucking do that? I've never taken rat poison that I know of. I never myself voluntarily took rat poison. Prove that. Don't slander me. Prove it. Or shut up. You can't prove it because it didn't happen. You made that up in your little pretend world. See if I can make this lie work. We're a bunch of hillbilly weirdos. Sex weirdos. God-fearing, shit-kicking sex weirdos. We always go to church before we go home and watch child porn. Or go to the Houston compound and rape all those kids. We heard that you go in there, you have an orgy with the girls, then you have an orgy with the kids. I'm sorry, with each other. And then an orgy with the kids. Charles, I am not told who your leaks are. The guy just typed in my other phone, is it those girls at the compound? Wow, thank you for confirming there are girls at a compound south of Houston. You think they're telling. You think they're leaking. Wow. Unbelievable. So, that's why it's really better if you go through your attorney to contact. You don't contact me directly. If you need something from me, you ask your attorney to call me. And I'm sure he'd recommend that you shut up. I think that's funny as hell. It is so easy, it's not fair. So, when he told you that in March 2020, and you went, no! We're like, okay, suit yourself. This is what we got with your money. All the money that you used to cover up your crime bought us intel. They're going to use to put you in jail. No matter what your delusion tells you, that's what he's going to do with it. He's not going to just do nothing with it. And a lot of these emails I send to you, so you can put them on the docket and go in there and go, look, Judge, she's harassing me. And my prosecutor's like, let them put as much as they can, as they're willing to. It saves you money. You don't have to pay for the printing up of these emails and then copies and then put them on the docket. They're doing it. And we've got some people in law enforcement want to look at it. Now it's public record. They also can't argue for suppression. They put it in public record. They did. So there's that. You don't say a word. Don't file shit. Wait, first make them serve you right. I can't tell you anything about this except that they're alleging you're harassing them, and they're in Judge Egan's court, and they think that you need to be restrained. And I would beg to differ. What's Charles doing in Oklahoma? If he's being harassed in Oklahoma, then maybe he needs to go home to his family in Lubbock where he's not harassed. You know, Judge Kirkendall said it's provocation and entrapment. That's what she said. This matter's already been decided upon. Did you bother to tell Egan and Parker that this has already been decided on? It's provocation and entrapment. Okay? If you can't pay your bills because someone's stealing your money and interfering with commerce and contracts and all that, it's gonna provoke a response. You're gonna get pissed. If somebody's invading your privacy and making you feel raped, you're gonna get pissed. You invade mine, they invade yours. If you don't like that, get out of mine. Quit giving us stuff to get. Get the fuck out. You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on. There's no relationship there, Charles. I rejected you and left. You disgust me. I don't do creepy guy. I don't do weird guy. I don't do canned food guy. I don't do alleged child molester or cop killer. Okay? I don't do it. That's not my thing. So, if our shrink said a long time ago, if he liked Cindy, he'd do what she likes. He doesn't. He does what deviant men like, though. So, he's not into women. This is not about him liking Cindy. Right now, you're contacting me again, and I just told you this is what we get when you do that. You getting a sick throat getting caught, or you just stupid? You're not wanted. You're not loved. You're told on. Every time you contact me, we get more. You just can't control it, can you? Your urges, your weirdo urges to be a creepster. That's all you are, is some creepy little fuck that's pissing everybody off every day. You're not attractive. You're disgusting. You're just nasty. Alright, so we got all that. My family wants to talk me into going with him to be raped every day, to facilitate. They want to be conspirators to commit trafficking. And I'm like, get a lawyer and shut up. Because I can't help you. I really can't. I'm sorry. You made a choice. Everybody can live with their own choices. Tristan died to... Look, this guy is powerful enough to get this to me in jail. That's the one person that in all these years has never been allowed himself to be used by you to hurt me. He's never come around and tried to find out where I live and, get information and give it to you. Or coerce me into something. Never once. His real name is Todd. You're the butt-in. Always a wannabe, never the one wanted. Yeah. Causing fear and sadness. People don't like feeling fear and sadness. That's why we get the help, not you. We quote you. We're naming your people. We have your code words, and it is not the other way around. And you act like you forget who you're talking to. We got that. I'm part of the team that got that, sir. These are the texts to Fabian that I sent in on the night David Roberson came in. Anybody can read it. Nothing about politics. Here's one here. Nothing about politics. I'm going to false arrest her and coerce her. And then you did it. Or you tried. Mr. Perry just did it again. Contacted me again. You false arrested me. You made me broke. You're invading my privacy. You're told on. You didn't get a date or a cover-up. You got told on and told on and told on and told on. Cause and effect goes right over your head. And you want to run a state? You can't even run your own life. Alright, so this was the false arrest. You got to file a police report. That's the law. The first one was denied in part because I forgot the police report. Number 2 reason says you didn't comply with this law right here. Then, I start getting sick. I buy charcoal. And I'm texting David, is it phenobarbital or arsenic? Yeah, it is. I'm going to admit it in text. That's what we're giving you. On the 4th, 2016, I'm talking about a false arrest right here. The McNamara email that I just showed you, the date on it, 10/29/2015. He's going to false arrest me and coerce me. See? Okay. Then on the 16th, something happened at my work, Lady Godiva's. And so I reported to the police on the 21st. And the police never called me in and collect evidence and bag it and tag it. Instead, what they did is send it right to Charles, the offender. Not what you do in policing. Who then files a false charge of false police report. Well, it hadn't been investigated yet. And the police report was filed in retaliation for his job as a public servant. I didn't give a fuck about him as a public servant. I'm a seasoned, well-established political person, government reform lobbyist. And I didn't do state, I did federal. I just didn't do any state in Texas. I did federal. He's just been elected to the state representatives. It wasn't my representative. John Frula was my representative. I helped him get elected. He doesn't know people. Okay, well, if you're living in a neighborhood 10 years and somebody new comes in, do you go to the new guy and ask him to introduce you to the neighbors? No. He needs you to introduce him. Likewise, if you've never been involved in politics and you just got elected, you need the established people to introduce you to everybody, right? If I needed something, I'm going to call somebody I've already been working with, not the new guy who doesn't have rapport yet or power. He's in one of the smallest districts in the state of Texas. He's in an 86% Republican district. He has no pull, no relevance. None at all. Somebody who's going to target a position wants a bigger demographic and one that's more like 50-50. It's easier to flip. They can get rid of the Republican, get a Democrat in there. You got a small district that's not relevant with 86% Republican demographic. You are wasting your time there. You don't even need that guy. He can vote whatever the fuck he wants to vote. Has nothing. It has no bearing on what you're doing at all. If you're trying to pass a law, it takes thousands of people. Not one new guy's gonna pass a law. Okay. Plus, I only told a few close friends, so you don't make up a stalker story. Only tell a few close friends, most of whom did not live in Texas for 4 years. Move, then move again, and then be public with the stalking problem. So, all my texts to Dave that were part of this had nothing to do at all with politics. So, we're still waiting 9 years later for the issue. What issue? Was I so mad that I filed a police report that was never investigated and not determined false or true? No blood test. In fact, the date of the callback was the 15th. I'm already in Lubbock jail when she calls and asks for evidence. You obstructed justice, you committed perjury, and you destroyed my evidence. Because while I'm sitting in Lubbock jail for 2 months, that arsenic is working its way out of my body, and now it doesn't exist. It's impaired. It's degraded. Then you did the same thing to Mike Neely. See, here's my charcoal, bought on 12/27/2015, so that I could go to work and not die. Charcoal will absorb poisons and stuff. They used to give people that in the emergency room. He went into court and lied. Bold-faced lied. These, Mr. Perry, I don't care what you think, and nobody understands why you think I do. It speaks to your delusion that you continue to try to talk to me. You need to go through your attorney, sir. It's inappropriate for you to contact me directly. It's really inappropriate for you to invade my privacy the way you do. So our guys invade yours. If you don't like that, then get out. Look at the date. Long before I could have anticipated he'd go into court and lie. All of these are personal. Not one thing political here at all. Nothing. There's a text to my friend Aurora about the abortion bill that they did right before I left, after those 2011 texts were sent. My complaint was not about the abortion bill. My complaint was about the verbiage. The way they have it written violates equal protection. It won't pass the Supreme Court, and it did not. I was right. So it's not about abortion, Mr. Perry. These are emails and stuff. Oh, that's the witness statement. These are emails and stuff showing me my help on his election campaign. Okay? Whack job. This is about Mike Neely. I see here that you got it subpoenaed to witness in Mike Neely's trial for murdering Chief Miller 6 days after they took a car vandalism complaint of all things. That gives no suspect. I named no suspect. But I did say I do have a stalker. It's possible, but that doesn't mean that's who it is. You're the cops. You figure out what you rule it out or confirm it. What does that say? I guess I'll finally hear how you knew he had to be begged to go. How do you know which one of us talked him into going? Hansel and Gretel is your code word. Because at first he said no. And we coaxed and pushed and pressured and coaxed and pushed and pressured. Until he finally went to Pensacola where we blew his life up. And we gave him opioids. And then when he didn't die, we did the same thing to him we did to you. False arrested him. So last night you were going to do it again. Your Houston guy's waiting outside. Right? For me to be arrested again. You made sure nobody's at the club. Nobody's making money. Then I go... And then I find out. So I'm texting my attorney. And he's sitting out there waiting. Right? Then they call it off. The governor is spoken to by Lucius, and the governor get recorded talking, right? Is it? I mean, it's 90%. You confirm it. Is that intel good intel or bad intel? You tell us. We don't, it's 90%, we say, because of the source. Otherwise, you tell us, did he talk to the governor last night about this while they were trying to do it or not? And how do I have Lucius's name? The fact that I have his name out to make him shit himself. But he's stupid like Charles. Not all there. Things don't click. So he doesn't get that. We're just like, oh, I don't... It's so easy. It's not fair. Look what we're dealing with. Okay, so... So then you're gonna do that. And then you're gonna be trafficked. We're gonna do the same thing to you we did to Mike. We need you to lie for us. And you're gonna do it or else. By the way, here's a picture of your granddaughter. You want to see her? I would have told you, no, I don't. My son died to me when he was 14. Dennis pretty much did when he was a teenager because he just checked out and quit talking to me. The rest of my family 4 years ago. You wanted that. That's what you wanted. You got it. You win. Okay. So, Mike Neely's, here's this. This is my son. He called me and said, get my picture off there. And I'm like, oh, fuck no. Guess what? That's tampering with evidence now. Because this is evidence. I can't. You made this public. Your name is Dennis Ortiz. It's your Instagram or your Snapchat. I don't know which one. You got hit 3 times. Everybody walked away. Nobody died. I can use that. It's comparison. It's forensic comparison. Look at my son. Look at Mike. Big difference here. The arrest report doesn't even list injuries. It says he has a red swollen right hand. Wouldn't you maybe if you had an IV needle in it? Probably you would. He couldn't have done it. He was passed out. The fight was between Lucky and the offender. Was it the guy that came in to see me last night? Should I have beat the hell out of him? Was that Larry, the Houston realtor? I mean, I can see why he needs to buy a woman. He's not hot. And he even sucks at lying. I mean, he can't even lie right. I got a wad of cash in my wallet, but I gotta have my friend cash at me $15. I've been trying for an hour. No, you haven't. You've been waiting for them to arrest me so you could coerce me. Yeah. Did you think we were born yesterday? I mean, okay. Let me put it to you this way. There's 2 people in there. One is me. I can now sting up a cop in my sleep. Mr. Perry, when you contact me, we always find out more. Do you enjoy getting told on and caught? Or are you just stupid? You just did it again. Why is it you think I would help you? Why is it you think that I care what you think? No one understands why the fuck you think that, whack job. Please stop contacting me. It's highly inappropriate and just gross. Stop sliming your ick all over us. Stop bothering me. So... There's me in there. that I can out-sting up any cop. I tell Tulsa police I'm going to out-cop you. I did this. I have help. But the only help I got was Mike was drugged. Get in touch with the Florida State's attorney and tell him Mike was drugged. Later, we said it in January 2020, we said it in February 2020, and again in March 2020. In an email. Right here. He ignored me. First responders confirmed that in May. He was given Narcan. He was dying. You murdered Chief Miller. You had the motive. I testified to that in a motion to intervene because you wouldn't let me testify, and you've been retaliating ever since. And if you were just dismissive, it might be hard to believe that, but since you have attacked me and attacked me and attacked me, that means we're right. Since you got a bunch of men trying to figure out how to make one woman fail, we're right. So you have me in that club. You also have a retired cop in that club, and I'm not going to say who that is. You got a retired cop in that club. Who is it you think you're fooling? Who is it you think you're fooling? Mr. I got Huntington's disease and can't think past tying my shoe. Okay, so your Houston guy was waiting for the cops to come put me in jail so he could, or put me in the back of a car. She can either come with me or she's going to sign this paper and come on. I'm sorry. She can either sign this paper and come with me or take her to jail and we'll do the same thing to her we did to Mike. For the record, at 8:39 on October 16, 2023, I'm telling you that's what they got recorded talking about. But I typed it up and sent it off in an email while they were trying to do all that. And Charles is asking, can you get a pay? I need some of our underwear. I'm going to take. We get our underwear. We're all like, oh my gosh, well, we got what they just said. Because when you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cost me money, we get intel. We're going to use the intel to put you in jail, no matter what your delusion land tells you. You're making a fool of yourself and you're embarrassing me. So, that's why he's sitting out the parking lot waiting for word on what they're going to do after I caught him again. They call it off, he leaves. He had to pee, so he came in and peed. And then everybody's kind of, what are you going to do? Are you going to stay? Oh, I can't get I got this wallet full of cash here. But I need my friend to cash at me 15, and I've been trying for an hour, and I can't get him to do it. Yeehaw. Here we go with Hillbilly again. The guys helping me are not Hillbilly, and they're not meter maids. They're very elite. They're very astute. They're very intelligent, and they've got more against you than anybody ever has. And the more you contact me, the more money you spend trying to smear me and ruin me, and the more you take and get, the more we get. And the more we take. And we're going to use it to put you in jail, and you can't bother me again. I don't have my privacy, and I don't have my money. But when you're gone, Charles, I will. So I'm never going to help you. Okay? My family is gone. They've been gone for 4 years. The whole time you have brutalized my life, they helped you do it. They welcomed you into their lives, into their homes, and so they can have you. I'm done with them. They don't have leverage. I'm done with the school. They did the same thing. There's other schools that I can go to when you're in jail, and I can pay for it myself. So you don't have the school loan money anymore, Lucius. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? You're caught when you do it to me. Every time you contact me, Charles, we get more. You get caught.